My name is Tony Teamer, and today I'm here to commemorate the memory of the late great Kobe Bryant, basketball player that played 20 years in the NBA and is widely known as probably the greatest Lakers player ever. From the start of his career, Kobe Bryant was basically always doubted. Even in his draft class, it's the reason he slipped down all the way to number 13th and then later traded on that same night is people really didn't believe in him or believe what he could do. And he soon proved that everybody that doubted him was wrong. Early in his career, Kobe received a really large amount of success. In his first 5 years in the league, he was already an NBA champion and he was starting a three-peat in the early 2000s. This amount of success was a blessing and a curse for Kobe, and a blessing in a way that many people never even win a championship in their careers. By the time Kobe was like 22, he already had three. But much of that success was given to Shaquille O'Neal, his fellow superstar on those teams. And many people consider Kobe to be the sidekick of that team and didn't really amount too much as in the winning part of it. Like, they basically were questioning whether or not those teams really needed Kobe to win those championships. And Kobe, hearing those things from the media, hearing those things from fans, it kind of put in his mind that he needed to show who he really was and showed what he could do to the world. So that's when he basically became crazy, in his own words, of putting in very, very hard work and became determined to show the league and everybody that knew his name that he was the greatest basketball player walking the earth at that time. Legendary stories from Kobe's himself and his friends and family depict him of waking up many hours before team practices had even started to go down to the practice facilities to start practice himself, shooting 1,000 shots before practice started and then shooting 1,000 after practice started, making sure his body was always in peak condition. These things define who Kobe was. Like, Kobe was not the type of guy that would go out to clubs after games or will go out to have fun a lot. He was always grind every day to make sure that he was always the best. And this mentality was labeled basically when his career ended in 2016 as the Mamba mentality. And this mentality is the defining aspect of Kobe overall, his killer instinct and his determination to get better. And this mentality inspires many people today, especially after his tragic death in early January. Losing Kobe hurt many people, including myself, but the memory of him and the Mamba mentality has inspired many people to take it upon themselves to improve themselves, to make sure they always go the extra mile, to make sure they're always giving their best at whatever they want to do. And if you want to be the best at something, you have to put in the work for it. Like, no matter how much God-given talent you have, to show the world who you really are and to show the world that you are really capable of doing something great, you have to put in the work. And that's what Kobe has taught me, and has taught basically every young star in the NBA, such as Kyrie Irving, Jimmy Butler, or Paul George. Even greats like LeBron James, they say they look up to Kobe, and he basically inspired them to make sure that they're always at the top of their game, because you can never fall off if you're always pushing yourself to your peak. And I love Kobe as a player. He was my favorite player of all time. I honestly don't think anything's gonna ever change that. So I would just love to say, rest in power, Kobe. You are my GOAT. And thank you all for listening to this speech. Have a nice day.